I think today's session is bringing us closer to our goal. We had many sessions like this around the world, in China, in London, in San Francisco, in Singapore, Malaysia, and many other countries. Every session we had speakers, we had audience who has shown great desire to join with this theme and with this goal. When we planned this session in India, this time, it was felt that people around the world are looking more from India than what India thinks they should do. I was recently in Australia, and I said in the morning also, the people of Australia, and they more relate themselves with India than with China or US. That's true also for people from Japan, from ASEAN countries, from Middle East, from Africa. So what's so special about India? Why more people are looking that India should join this team of nations which are already moving towards their own role in creating one world? We all know that the 5 members of Security Council consist of China and US, and they are playing a big role in terms of whatever decisions are today taken in United Nations. But why don't these nations say that that's not enough? We need India inside it. We need India in every decision-making committees, processes, which will lead the world. I think the key word which people look for India is trust. They feel that India is the only country whom they can trust in terms of creating non-violence world. India is the only country which they can trust that they will believe that all people are good on this planet. India is the only country which can give them a hope of equality without playing a bully. India is the only country which can make them realize that they are human beings, because this country has always worked towards that. This country has a track record of not even going and taking over any nation. Far from that. Whatever nation they took, they are the first one to give it back. Right from the time of Rama, who took over Lanka. But before he killed Ravana, he decided that it will be Vibhishan, his brother, who will take it over, the nation of Lanka. He didn't realize that he will take it over. Even in the modern world, when India took Bangladesh, it was the first country to give it back immediately to the people of that nation. That trust is what people have for India. And that's why it's very important that India is playing its role in the world politics. India has shied away, and we have seen our politicians today from India. They who don't have that courage, they don't have that vision to get out of their present roles and say, we have to play that global role. I think that confidence is lacking in India. And the reason this confidence is lacking is that we have always looked at past, and we have been ruled for thousands of years from people from outside. And I've started calling myself we, because we are here sitting in India. And I always call myself, whichever country I belong, I call myself we there. In Australia, I'm Australian. In America, I'm American. In Germany, I'm German. And in India, I'm Indian. And that confidence is what is required. They have got the trust of others, but they don't trust themselves. They don't trust their own capabilities. People trust their capabilities, they don't trust their own capabilities. And I think it's time that our youth comes forward. And we are seeing that already. I was pleasantly surprised, not only surprised, pleasantly happy to see a new wave of politics in this country. A new wave where a common man, an Aam Aadmi, desired and had the trust on himself. And he used that trust to start a movement which nobody thought will ever be successful. He started by saying, "Hamari kya auqat hai? I'm nothing. I'm nobody. Who am I? Who am I?" But what he had was a trust in himself. What he had was a mission of making a corrupt-free India. Corruption has been something which ashamed all of us in India and also to the global Indians. When I went to Singapore and became a Singapore citizen, the first thing they asked me is that, "Dr. Modi, you're coming from a corrupt country. Why should we allow you to become a Singapore citizen?" Because in Singapore, the first thing we do is we don't allow corruption. And I told them that I may be coming from a corrupt country, but you have enough checks to check me out. And if you think as I am a corrupt-free man, then you give me a citizenship. And they did a 4 years research on me. And then Singapore president said that we'd like to invite you to become the citizen. So this idea of trust is what is lacking. Other people trust you, but we don't trust ourselves. And I think it's time that India comes forward. For China, US, you don't have to invite them. They're already there. They're already playing their role, whether this for one world or one China or one America. But the rest of the world is looking toward India because they don't have the trust on China. They don't trust US. The only country they trust is India. And that's why we said when we made this session that what is the role of India, China, and US? And it's not by surprise that Indian name has been put forward. It's not USA, China, India. It does not say China, US, India. It says India, China, US. And the reason the US is in last, because they think they are there in any case. They have been playing their own role to lead the world. I think they need to let other two nations come forward. China has already thrusted without being invited by US or anybody, and today US does recognize China as, if not better, equal leader. In fact, China is much better because the China is having more dollar deposits in their banks than US is in theirs. So if you look at US and China economy, the US is a $1 trillion deficit economy, while China is $1 trillion positive economy. So China has already made its place. Now is the time for India. And I think 2014 is the right time for India. It has already started. I think 3rd Jan, when a new chief minister proved his majority in the Delhi government assembly, that change has already started. It has surprised every household of India. I have been staying here for the last 5 days. Normally my stay is 2 or 3 days. But I've seen in every house that people are glued to TV because they want to know whether this guy will succeed. And it's not that guy. It's not one person. It's the hope of millions and millions. And this is the changing India. And I think this changing India not only have to change India itself, because even if you change India, you will not achieve anything unless you change the world. And as such, it's important for India to have that trust that they can bring the change in the world, which they have been taught for centuries, centuries, and centuries, that the world is one family. Thank you.